trusting yourself, maybe. I mean, you can give it any kind of meaning you want to it, but yeah, I was definitely trusting myself, trusting my husband to help, and trusting that I would get there. Even though I didn't know how I was going to get up there, I just trusted I was going to find a way. And I absolutely did. And it was so rewarding and it was so empowering to get to the top. So find a way to... Hello, beautiful beings of light. My name is Monica. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today's video is titled, "This is the reason you feel unfulfilled in life." So as always, this video is not for everyone. If something resonates, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. But I wanted to talk about this here because this is something I have recently discovered I've been struggling with, and I wanted to share in case anyone else has been struggling with it too. I noticed recently that I have been feeling somewhat unfulfilled in my life. And I believe so many of us, if not all of us, experience this at some point in our life. And we could look at our lives and say, hey, we have the basic things that society says that we need to be happy, such as you have your basic needs met, like you have food and clean drinking water, and you have a safe and secure place to live. Maybe you have a job, whether you really like it or you really hate it, but you have enough money to be somewhat comfortable and meet your basic financial needs. You may also have a good support system with family and with friends. You may have some hobbies that you really enjoy, and you may be able to let that creativity spark in certain areas of your life as well. But still, we can feel that something is missing. Maybe there is some void in our life. Oh, and I forgot to mention, of course, you might also be in a really good, happy, functional, romantic relationship, which I am in currently, and I'm so grateful for the last 10 years with my husband. But again, still, it could feel like something is kind of missing. But one thing I've noticed, at least for me, that has been very unfulfilling is this very instant everything in our world, such as Instagram, for instance. You can instantly upload a picture or a video now, and you can instantly get likes and instant gratification. It's like that with all social media. I just mentioned Instagram because it actually has the word instant pretty much in it. Or things such as Instacart, which I have heard of and I've never used, but I believe that that is like a service such as like Uber Eats. Especially if you live like in a city, then they can deliver your food to you. Maybe it's not with like a restaurant. Maybe Instacart is more like you can get your groceries delivered the same day. Either way, both of those exist. You can get instant food delivered to your door, including McDonald's and Starbucks now. You don't even have to get into your car and drive to the drive-thru and order. Like, you can just have it delivered to you. You can have, again, depending on your location, you can have your groceries delivered to you. You can have every item pretty much packaged and shipped to your doorstep. We live in a culture basically that if you wanted to be a complete hermit and remove yourself from society, as long as you had enough money or you had an online job and you never had to see people ever, you could just stay in your house and have everything brought to you. We can send instant letters now, like email. Back in the day, you had to write a letter for the internet and actually mail it to someone. We can instantly pay all of our bills online. We can instantly get something shipped, maybe not anymore after everything that's happened the last couple of years, but you used to be able to get Amazon Prime in like 2 days. I think it was, you could get your packages shipped or most of your packages. I mean, it's insane. If you want entertainment now, you don't have to go to like Blockbuster or any kind of movie rental place. You can just have it instantly downloaded, or I forget what the word is, when you browse and stream, you can have endless amounts of TV shows and movies and music to stream nowadays. You don't have to go and socialize with people because now you have social media, and now you have the metaverse, which I have never used and I can pretty much say will never use. But it's apparently a thing now. I don't know how popular it is or how much people use it, but it's just gotten to insane levels of everything just being so quick and instant. And the reason why that it's so unfulfilling, even though we're told that it's supposed to be time saving, so we have more time to do the things that we want, and it's supposed to be easier, and it's just modern and like how we're meant to evolve. The thing is that we're missing a very key component within all of this, and that is the journey. We're literally skipping the journey of doing something, of creating something, of taking action, and doing something with our own hands, or doing it by ourselves, or you hopefully you get what I'm trying to say. It's like you just wish for food, you click a button and it's there. And I think that's what especially as children we think that we want in life, but that tends to get very boring after a while. It's like when you can just have virtually anything you want, or certain things that you want that you can just have handed to you, essentially, as long as you put in some numbers and push submit or confirm, you can just have it instantly. It's not that gratifying, because we didn't take the time to go through the journey. I'll give the example of, like, my husband and I do a lot of hiking in different places because we travel for a living, and that's just something we've always done in our relationship. And to be perfectly honest, I've never been that big of a fan of hiking until recently. I am now in Sedona. We've been here for about a week, going to be here a few more weeks, over a month total. And there's so many amazing places to hike. Like, if you know about Sedona, it's like the spiritual mecca of America, I think. And there's lots of what's called vortexes, with like really high vibrational energy that you feel once you're within a certain distance of the vortex. And there's lots of those here naturally, which draws people here too. So anyways, as of like 2 weeks ago, we went on this really intense hike, which was actually classified as hard, which I didn't know because I didn't do any research before going on this hike. And we just showed up early in the morning, and I'm just looking up, and it just goes up and up, and it's so steep. And at one point there's like this crack that's like in the rock, that people were walking through, like walking up and walking out, like there's hardly any space for your feet, and there's like rocks falling down, and I really didn't know if I was going to be able to do this hike. I was like scared. I was like, I'm gonna fall. Like, and there were some places I literally could not even get up. It was just so steep, and there was nothing to hold on to. So I had to have my husband get anchored up a little bit, and he had to grab my hand and pull me up because I couldn't do it on my own. And normally I think old me would have said, screw this is too hard, I'm not going to do it, and just went home after like the first little part before it got really difficult, and then it just kept getting more difficult. It was the most technical hike of my life, and I decided to just make a different choice. I was like, I saw so many other people doing it who were like, some were kids, some were a lot older than me, and people who were in really great shape, and people who weren't in such a great shape. Like me, I don't consider myself to be in that great of shape. And I just got so inspired by seeing them just do it. And I was like, you know what, if they can do it, I can do it. And we just took our time, and we had to plan out the best route. Everybody took different routes. And I even took a little bit of different route from my husband, who was ahead of me, because it felt more comfortable for me to climb up and scale certain parts. But it was just so fulfilling to actually enjoy the journey of going up to the top, because it was technically a short hike, but it was a very steep, technical, difficult, like, hike to get there. And every so often there was a little bit of like what you could call a false summit where it was flat and you could take a break. And so with all of those, I definitely took breaks and I stopped and I caught my breath, got some water, and just marveled at how beautiful the landscape was and took a lot of pictures. And one of the other things is my husband's a very fast hiker. Like he likes to like hurry up and get there, hurry up, go up as fast as you can, and hurry up and go down with no stopping. And I'm the complete opposite. I'm like, I need to take breaks. I need to rest. I want to actually enjoy the hike. I want to see everything and just be in it. And so he, fortunately stops with me and lets me take as long as I need to. And we both just really enjoyed the everything on the way up, the journey, the way we got up there and the way that we had to scramble and all of the views that we stopped at. And then once you get to the top, it's like life. It's like you have such a more expanded view of everything. And that journey to the top was like a learning experience. It was a lesson of trusting yourself, maybe. I mean, you can give it any kind of meaning you want to it. But yeah, I was definitely trusting myself, trusting my husband to help, and trusting that I would get there. Even though I didn't know how I was going to get up there, I just trusted I was going to find a way. And I absolutely did. And it was so rewarding and it was so empowering to get to the top. And like I said, you get that reward of that amazing perspective that you wouldn't have gotten before. And of course, like they say, at the top of one mountain is like looking at the bottom of another one. Like there was definitely more rocks to climb up if you wished, even though it wasn't an official trail. But we decided that that view was good enough for us. And then we made it back down. And going back down was really fun too. And life is not linear. It's like sometimes we do like go up the mountain, sometimes we go back down, sometimes we slide, sometimes we plateau. But again, it's all about the journey and like really stopping to smell the roses and soak up those moments and just enjoy them and know that it's all temporary, that everything is always changing. We get so fearful, especially with using the law of attraction, that our manifestations are never going to come because they didn't instantly just show up like they would if we ordered a package or ordered Uber Eats or if we posted a picture and got a bunch of likes. That's what I've been noticing with myself is like, I don't have the patience. I think many of us, like I said, I'm a millennial. Many of us just don't have the patience because we're used to this fast, quick, instant, easy gratification for everything. And so what I've been doing now is kind of slowing down and doing things a little bit more old fashioned, like stepping away from social media as much as I can and really focusing on building long-term results for a longer term or longer goal or journey. So like for instance, one of my goals is to be more consistent on YouTube and work on it like it's a business. Like Monday through Friday, I've committed for a year to really get into it. Like show up, get dressed and show up and not be fearful of how the video is going to do or if anybody resonates with the message or if anyone even cares or if I'm just wasting my energy because I'm not getting any instant results. I'm not like the big YouTubers who have a lot of likes and a lot of comments and thousands and hundreds of thousands and tens of thousands of comments and everything and interaction, and that's okay. I mean, maybe my channel will grow to be that one day, maybe it won't, but I won't know for sure unless I take that journey and I trust and I show up, like I said, and I'm consistent and I keep going. Because at this point, it's like, if I'm not doing my thing here on YouTube, I feel like I'm not really doing anything. So I'm like, I'm going to give myself a year to keep doing YouTube. And if it doesn't seem to really grow into anything, then at that point, I'll probably get like a regular 9-to-5 job, honestly, just to help support my family and to feel like I'm contributing something to the world. Because I've gotten to this point where I'm like kind of bored, where I'm like, what do I do now? I'm feeling kind of lost. But this feels aligned. This feels really good. and I'm going to keep going with this. And this is just one of my long-term goals that I'm working on consistently. So my advice after all this is to find at least one thing that you can do on a long term that you can enjoy the journey or the process with, whether that be changing the way that you're eating or your diet, your lifestyle, something like that. And committing to it for a longer term than just like, a day or a week or even a month. I would say maybe even longer than that. And maybe not make the goal, maybe making the goal or your why is to just practice being consistent with something. That alone could maybe help you just see that you can do it, and then see what the results are from just being consistent. Because I do believe that consistency is the key to most success in life. But again, because we're so used to this instant everything, a lot of us won't take that longer journey, that scenic route, that longer path to see what actually is out there, to see what we're capable of. Because again, we're like, oh my God, it didn't manifest in like 2 days. I like exercised for a day and I didn't lose weight or something. Or I had this new healthy way of eating for a week, but I didn't get to my goal weight. It's like everything in life just takes time. It really does. It's like if you plant the seed today, you can't expect to reap the harvest the same day. And you don't go digging up the seed every 5 minutes to say, hey, are you growing? What's happening? Why do I not have my apple tree yet? Like you just trust that it's going to grow, and you keep watering it. And if you have those intentions set and you're conscious about it and those thoughts about it, then you can keep watering it and it will keep growing into a physical manifestation. All right, guys, that is my video for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully it gave you some inspiration to try something new, to get out of your comfort zone, to keep growing and expanding your consciousness. Because remember, the only constant in life is change. Even when you think nothing is changing, when you consistently keep doing something and you don't get those instant results, it doesn't mean that's not happening. It's just gradual, and you may not be able to see it right away or on a day-to-day basis. Just like when you lose weight, sometimes you don't see the progress very quickly, and when you gain weight, especially a significant amount of weight in a certain amount of time, you don't notice it gradually. You kind of notice when your pants stop fitting or something like that. But that doesn't mean that there's not the change taking place during that time that you're not noticing. All right, as always, I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone. Peace and much love.